Both Panasonic Lumix S1R and Sony Alpha a7R IV are high-end mirrorless cameras. Both were launched in 2019 and have some superb features packed into them. In today's video, we're going to look in depth at what these cameras have to offer and how they compare with each other. So, let's hop right in. To start off, the Sony a7R IV has an impressive 61 megapixels full-frame back-illuminated CMOS sensor, which is a huge upgrade from previous gen a7R III's full-frame 42.4 megapixel sensor. The Beyond's X processor powering the Sony lets you capture a scene in burst mode at a rate of 10 frames per second in JPEG or compressed RAW format. On the other hand, the Panasonic S1R comes with a 47.3 megapixels full-frame CMOS sensor. The camera does not use BSI technology, which is usually found in high-end Nikon or Sony cameras, and instead uses a front-side illuminated design. Using the Venus engine powering it, the S1R can shoot at a rate of 9 frames per second in burst mode in RAW or JPEG format. The a7R IV has phenomenal performance for landscape photography thanks to its 61 megapixels BSI full-frame CMOS sensor. Furthermore, it has a native ISO from 100 to 32,000. But you can further expand the ISO range from 50 to 102,400 if you need for low-light scenarios. It also has a high-resolution mode called Pixel Shift, which lets you combine 16 shots of a static scene to create a 240 megapixels high-res photo. The camera, however, cannot do this process internally, and you need a computer for creating the high-res 240 megapixels picture. With its 15-stop dynamic range, the Sony offers an impressive color profile, capturing natural colors perfectly. The Panasonic S1R also performs well in landscape photography. While the sensor resolution is lower than the a7R IV, 47.3 megapixels is still plenty of resolution to capture details. The native ISO on the S1R is from 100 to 25,600. However, it can be further expanded to have a range from 50 to 51,200. Like the Sony, the Panasonic also offers a high-res mode, which lets you create a 187 megapixels photo to capture more details in a scene. Furthermore, it also comes with a primary color filter, which analyzes the range of light in a prism or rainbow, resulting in superb color accuracy. In case of videography, the a7R IV can shoot internal Ultra HD 4K videos up to 30 FPS. In case of Full HD 1080p videos, the a7R IV can shoot up to 120 FPS. It also can use Sony's S-Log and Cine Profile to maximize highlight and shadow latitude. On the other hand, the S1R shoots both Ultra HD 4K and Full HD 1080p videos up to 60 frames per second. Moreover, a firmware update lets you shoot at 5K in 30 FPS. In this mode, you can also record audio. However, you'll need to use Panasonic's in-house microphone adapter DMW XLR1. When it comes to autofocus, the a7R IV performs remarkably well with its fast hybrid autofocus system that incorporates 567 phase detection and 425 contrast detection points. However, you need to note that the hybrid autofocus covers about 99.7% height and 74% width of the frame, which means the autofocus might suffer with your subject being too much on the edge of the frame. When it comes to stabilization, the a7R IV comes with a 5-axis in-body image stabilization, with a CIPA image stabilization rating of 5.5. The Panasonic comes short of the Sony when it comes to autofocus, since it uses a contrast detection autofocus as opposed to the hybrid system in a7R IV. However, it still is a more advanced version of contrast detection autofocus called depth from defocus, which uses 225 points of depth from defocus. The S1R comes with a 5-axis in-body stabilization along with in-lens stabilization technology with a CIPA image stabilization rating of 6. Sony a7R IV comes with a 2280 mAh and PFZ100 lithium-ion battery, making the camera capable of taking approximately 670 photos on a single charge. The camera also comes with dual card slots that support SD, SDHC, SDXC cards, and is UHS-2 compatible. Panasonic S1R, on the other hand, comes with a 3100 mAh DMW BLJ31 lithium-ion battery, which lets the camera take approximately 360 photos after a single charge. Furthermore, it comes with XQD Plus SD card slots and is also compatible with UHS 2 memories. Both the cameras come in a weather-sealed body, offering more protection while working in bad weather. So, now you know all about the Panasonic Lumix S1R and Sony Alpha a7R IV. Both of these cameras perform adeptly, and if you're a landscape or portrait photographer, you cannot go wrong with either of them. In landscape photography, the a7R IV has a slight advantage over the S1R with its higher 61 megapixel sensor. The Panasonic is also significantly bulkier compared to the Sony and also weighs more. Besides, the autofocus and low light performance of Sony a7R IV is more advanced than the Panasonic S1R. So, which of these cameras do you like better? Let us know in the comment section below.